Hello, so today I want to tell you how to buy properties right here in the city of Enugu, whether a land or a house. So you need to sit right back and watch this video to the end so that you know the process you need to take when you want to buy your next property right here in Enugu. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jacinta Okwa. I'm your real estate investment expert based in the city of Enugu. Over the years, I've helped a lot of people to acquire properties right here, both lands and houses. So I am here to share these steps with you so that you can, you know, do the right things and avoid anybody scamming you or telling you otherwise when you want to buy a property right here in the city of Enugu. Now, before I go into the steps, I would like you to understand how lands are being owned or the two types of land ownership or property ownership we have right here in Nigeria, which the first one is the customary ownership and the second one is the ministerial ownership. And the customary ownership is where the lands are being owned and managed by the heads of the communities of a particular place. In Igbo land, especially right here in Enugu, they are usually managed by the Igwes, the chiefs, and all of that. However, the ministerial one is the one that happens in the FCT, the Federal Capital Territory, which is Abuja, where lands are being held and managed by the Minister of Federal Capital Territory, which is Abuja. Now, right here in the East, what plays out most time is customary ownership, where these lands are being held by the community head, like the chiefs and the Igwes. People approach them and buy properties from them. This is how most times some real estate developers acquire their properties right here in the East. This also applies in other areas like the South, like Port Harcourt, Akwa Ibom, and the rest. But in at the FCT, everything is done by the Minister of FCT. So generally, according to the Land Use Act, all land belong to the government or to the state government. That is for lands in the east and other parts. All lands belong to the state government and it is being held and managed by the governor of that particular state. Now you have understood this. Now let's go into the process of buying properties. Now there are different people that you can buy properties from. You can buy properties from a developer, which is a real estate company. You can buy properties from an individual, right? You can also buy property from the government, from the state government right here in Enugu. These are the people you can buy properties from. Now, here are steps you need to take when you want to buy properties from any of these people that I've just mentioned. So the first step is you need to have a budget. You need to know how much do you want to spend on buying this property. If it is a land, how much land do you want? Do you want a 1 million naira land, a 2 million naira land, 10 million, 500 million, and the rest? Same thing with a house. How much house do you want to buy? Right here in Enugu, houses go for as high as 80 million naira up to 500 million naira. I'm not sure I've seen a billion naira house, but this is the range of amount of houses that I've seen in Enugu. So right here, you determine how much house do I want to buy? What's my budget for this house? Do I want to spend 80 million, 100 million, 110 million, 120, 150, even up to 500? You need to have a budget because this is like the base. You don't want to, I know you don't want to waste your time when you want to buy a property. So that is why you need to have a budget. Don't be random. Don't be like, oh, let me see what you have first. You will get confused, and at the end of the day, you may not buy any property. And buying property is very important because it helps you to own a tangible asset. So the first step is what? Having a budget. Then the second step is looking for a professional, a real estate professional you're going to work with. This could be a real estate agent, a property lawyer that you want to work with, who will help you to source properties that are within your budget, right? So source for properties within your budget, you get to look at them, and then you pick the ones that you want to look at. That will lead us to the third step, which is going for inspection, site inspection. Now, before now, I would say see the document before you go, but with experience, I usually suggest that you go for site inspection first before you start seeing documents, because it is when you see the place, you like it, before you can proceed to owning it, right? Which where verification comes in. So the third step is going for site inspection. Go see the property that you want to buy. Now, if you're not in Nigeria, you can ask the person that is selling this property to give you a proper detailed video showing that property. If it is a land, let them send you a detailed, maybe a drive video to the land, what the around the land looks like. You get to see it before you pay. Or if you have any trusted relative, the word here is trusted, because most times some relatives who are not in support, some people are jealous, some people may not want your dream to come true, right? So I've seen cases where relatives discourage their loved ones not to buy a particular property. At the end of the day, lure their loved ones to send them the money, which they themselves ended up using the money to buy the property for themselves. I've seen that happen a couple of times. So look for a trusted relative who can help you to go and see that particular property, right? If it is a land, especially for investment, you should be looking for how accessible is the land, what are the things happening around the land, what is the development trend looking like, are there facilities or infrastructures on the land? Is there electricity? Is there electric pole? Because these are the things that makes the place to appreciate over time. Is there any school around there? Is there a market? Is there any government project going on? You want to know all of this, because these are the things that is going to make that land appreciate over time. Then if it is a land that you want to build, you also look for accessibility to other amenities around. If you are looking to build on a particular land, the place should be accessible, that you can drive to a mall easily, you can drive to a school, you can drive to church, you can drive to anywhere with ease. So these are the things you need to look out for if it is a land you want to build. Then if it is a house, you get to take a look at the foundation, take a look at the house generally. Is it sitting what you want? And all of that. So site inspection is very important. It's either you do it virtually if you're not in Nigeria, or you ask someone to see on your behalf. Or better still, when you are around, you come for the inspection yourself. Find time to see the property you want to buy, so that you get to identify all of these things to ensure that it is suitable for what you want to use it for. So after this third step, the next step, which is the fourth step, is asking for the documents backing the property. So this is where you ask, what are the documents backing this property? Does it have a C of O? Does it have an R of O? Does it have a deed of assignment, a deed of lease, deed of sublease, depending on what that property may come with? Does it have a registered survey and all of that? So you need to know the document that is behind the property you want to buy, because it is with this document that you can use for the next step, which is verifying the land, right, or the house. Because it is with this document you get to verify who is selling to you, the history of the land, are there any cases on the land or the house, and then you also use it to go and verify at the land registry to ensure that it is registered or it is free from government interest. So with the document, you get to do your what? Verification, which is the fifth step. Fifth step is verification. Like I said, you need to use the document to verify, to be sure of who is selling and whether it is free from government interest. So once you have done all of this, the final thing you now need to do, after you have done your inspection, done your verification, and you like what you have seen so far, you can now proceed to paying for the land. At this stage, you do not pay in cash. always pay by transfer, something that has evidence or proof of payment at the end of the day. Because if you pay by cash, someone can deny that you ever gave him money. But if you pay with a receipt, you can easily trace it and there's an evidence because there'll be evidence from your bank, right? So this is what you do at the next stage. So once you pay for this property, it will take us to the next step, and that I'll be sharing in my next video. So if you've enjoyed this video so far, let me know in the comment section. And if you still have questions around buying a house or a land right here in Enugu, also drop it at the comment section or reach out to me on the number showing on your screen on 081 4704 2804, and I'll gladly attend to you. So subscribe to see the next video and turn on your notification bell. Just click on it, it will take you to the next video. So see you in the next one.